Hi, my name is Maury Sky, and I've been making these videos to talk about my thoughts and feelings and emotions, just to shout them into the void of the internet, because I don't do very well in talking to other people. And this is the first video that I feel like I should give some kind of warning for, where I'm going to be talking about self-harm and probably suicidal ideation. And it feels very weird to put a warning on a part of my life, because I'm not here to promote any aspects of it. I'm just here to talk about my experience, but I also recognize that the internet's a rather difficult place. I would rather this video not get taken down. Maybe it will. But I also want you, whoever's watching this, if you're struggling, if you deal with self-harm and suicidal ideation, to hopefully not, be triggered. But also, part of why I'm making these videos is to talk very candidly about difficult topics. That if you are like me, that you know that you're not alone. Because there's something, specifically with self-harm, it is so incredibly taboo. And I don't want to say that it's good, because it's not. But I do want to say that it's not alien. It's weird saying, like, it's not that it's normal, but it is an unhealthy coping mechanism that people use. Some people, they smoke, some people drink, some people do drugs, some people punch walls, and some people hurt themselves. And some of those things are more accepted than others. Like, some of my friends smoke, or, smoke weed, or, drink a lot. And that's not seen quite as aggressively as self-harm. And I don't tend to talk about it a lot. But this is me trying. And I'll probably do a couple videos talking about it, because it's a big part of my life. So, some context, I'm 20. I just turned 20. I say I just turned 20. I turned 20 about a month ago, so that's not it. But I've been struggling with self-harm since I was probably, I think, 12. So it's been like 8 years. So it's been a long time. And the thing with self-harm that I was chatting with a counselor recently, because I had to go back to therapy for a bit. They were explaining to me is that it is a coping mechanism to induce a physical reaction. You're like, when you smoke, you're trying to get that rush of nicotine. When you self-harm, you're trying to get a rush because your body is reacting to pain. And no, that is not healthy, but it's not necessarily like an indicator that someone's trying to off themselves. It's how someone is surviving. And I can't tell you how much I hate the narrative that people who self-harm are doing it for attention. Because honestly, sometimes they are. And what the fuck is wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Because if someone is hurting that much, and that they use self-harm as a method to ask for help, they're asking for help. And my experience has always been that I never wanted anyone ever to know that I self-harmed. In fact, I think most people in my life don't know that I have. I have some pretty old scars on me now. I kept most of my scars hidden quite well for a long time, but I'm now more comfortable with wearing shorts. So people see the scars. People I don't know. If I'm wearing shorts, you're gonna see them. I don't really have massively visible ones on my arms. So in general, people don't know. And it's not a topic that I talk about. But it's not that it's not important to me, or it's not, it's a part of me. It is a coping mechanism I've had since I was 12. And that makes it very, very difficult to shake. Very. So I've had different mental health issues for a very long time, mostly kind of anxiety, depression, you know, the whole shebang. And I went through a very rough period in lockdown. I'm a very, very social person. Please, I love talking to people. I go mad if I don't talk to someone in for a 3-hour stretch. I'm like, I need to talk to someone. So you can imagine how lockdown and social isolation went for someone who was, I turned 14 during the pandemic, so 13, 14, 15. It didn't go well. And I kind of lost my mind a bit. And one of my coping mechanisms was self-harm. And that's where most of my scars come from. And I got found out on accident by my mom because I had a concussion and I forgot to hide them. Yeah, genius move. But I stopped for a long time. I was clean for about 4 years. And I don't particularly like that term clean because it has connotations that it's something, that I was doing something dirty. No, I was just in pain and I didn't have any other outlets to use. It was, for me, self-harm was me trying to survive. It was a survival technique. And again, I'm trying to reiterate that it's not that it's good. It's not a technique that one should be using. And I don't recommend, because I want to talk about the fact that I see these scars every day and they live with me. And the thing about self-harm is that it is an addiction. When I say that I was clean, I wasn't actively self-harming, but I didn't not think about it. I thought about it every day. I thought about it every time something would go wrong in my life. There's just the urge. And last year I went to university and things started going wrong and I relapsed, and I kept thinking that I was still clean, that I was fine, but I wasn't, and I needed help and I didn't ask for it. So this past year, I've kind of fallen back into old habits. Not quite as badly as lockdown, but not great. So I've been trying to come to terms with the fact that I carry these scars. I don't like them. You see, like in my perfect world, if I were, still using this coping mechanism, I wish that the scars wouldn't be there, that they just disappear. I wish I had a magic wand to get them away, because it's never been for attention or recognition, or maybe it has. Maybe it is a cry for help. But in general, it's been a method of emotional release. And I wish desperately that I could go back in time and never start. Find another method of emotional release. I don't know, go to fucking therapy. Go to the gym. Take up boxing. If I needed that emotional release, find anything else. Because this is not healthy and it's not good. And I don't recommend it. It sucks. And genuinely, if this is something you're struggling with, that I see you. I know it hurts and it feels shameful. Okay, hurts is typically a given when it comes to it. But it's difficult. And it's an addiction. It is very much an addiction. And it's something I still struggle with, and I often will look at my scars and just wish they would disappear. And they won't. And they won't. So I have to reckon with that. And I have to reckon with that every time I feel the urge to relapse. Because I know that even if I do self-harm, that there'll be evidence. I don't want the evidence. But there's no in-between. So for the moment, and for the most part, I am fighting to use healthier alternatives. I'm fighting for a healthier version of myself. And it is not easy. It is not. Like it's very easy to, or it's quite common to fall for this narrative that, you know, the kind of wellness influencers and that just people in life are gliding by. But everyone is struggling with something. So genuinely, everyone is struggling with something. And people are just really fucking good actors. When they don't want you to know something, you probably won't. So, I want to give you reassurance if you deal with this like me, that no, it's not good or like healthy, but it's not abnormal. You're not crazy. It's a coping mechanism. And there is light on the other side. There are healthier ways to express these emotions, but to also know that it's a survival technique. And that if you're surviving, then I am so, so proud of you. And I'm proud of myself because I'm still surviving. Because I'm still here to talk about things. I'm still here to get the sun in my eyes. It was hiding behind the clouds earlier and gave me better light. Now I can't see because I've got blue eyes and it's too bright. But truly, people are struggling, and that it's normal, and that it's okay if you're struggling and you're hurting, but that this isn't the best method to do so. And that, you know, I wish I had a time machine. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Feeling very emotional because I have a scar on my finger. It's not bad. It looks like a blister, actually. Like, that's not really self-harm. It was an accident that happened. But it was where I had gone to try to self-harm, and I picked up a razor by the sharp end. Don't do that. Be safe. Like, just in general, don't do that. I had to go to the hospital. I think only 1 or 2 people know what really happened. I had to get the tip of my finger stuck back on. But it's not exactly a scar I'm particularly proud of. And it's one that I wish would go away. But anyways, I'll stop talking now. But I hope that you're well and that you're surviving. And I wanted to let you know that I am proud of you for every moment you're alive, every second that you're surviving. Because I am too. All right. Have a lovely day. Bye.